Hello, everyone. All right, so this is our salute. We learned this last week. So just going to remind folks, when you see me with a sleeve on, that means it's my right hand. And if I'm coming towards you, that means it's all confusing to many of our brains. Looking nice, Erica. Wonderful. I know that was new for you. So we make the fist very similar to an S in American Sign Language, if you want to know that. And then we're going to bring that right arm up with the face, pointing to the side. And then we're going to bring our other arm up with a flat palm, an open palm. And remember this? Sorry, this way. I did that wrong. That's so funny. We're going to bring it up. The flat face is this way, but the S part is down, right? Make sure we get that right. Sorry. So we're going to come up like this. And then remember, we have our thumb of our left hand is going to cover the eye, the fist eye. And that is our salute. Lovely, lovely, terrific. And we do that at the beginning and at the end of class. So, and again, one more time, if you find that you would rather not do a martial arts salute, which a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people don't feel as comfortable, wave, say hello, or show your respect in some other way. And if you have a traditional way of showing respect to people, you might be, bowing or doing an namaste or something like that. It all works for this class. It wouldn't be a martial arts salute, and maybe that's what you would like. So it works for this class because what we're doing together, what we're doing is coming together as community together to learn our Tai Chi. And that's what matters. Welcome, Elaine. Nice to have you here. All right. Well, I told you that we would be warming up a little more traditionally today. And what I'd like to do is begin with Master Yang Jun's exercises taken from his wellness exercises. So it's okay to mirror me here or not. That's up to you. So we're gonna get into prepare in the same way we have before. This is my left foot, but you can use your right foot or your left foot. And we're going to come over and relax ourselves. And then we're going to do that just like opening. Yes. We're going to come up and then push down and sink down as we push. But now we're going to go up again and down. Nice. Up to just about shoulder height and down. And your whole center is sinking as we do this. We're coming up, stretch, 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 and down. See how my knees are bending a little bit? You don't have to bend far. This is called moving like the waves in Master Yang's wellness exercises. The wellness exercises were developed during the pandemic. And you could breathe in and out. And now we're going to gaze at the moon. We're going to Drop our hands, rotate palm out, straighten our legs, look up, go over the top, push down, sink down, and hands straighten, rotate, come up, keep those shoulders down, gaze up at the moon, push down. As you're pushing down and sinking down, keep that head up in the spine, just stretching gently. Breathing in as we go up. And coming down. Lovely. Now, whatever feels good to you, if what feels good to you is to go really high, you can do that. That's fine. Or you can play with just having your arms come up. But when you're pushing down, that head looks up, then it comes straight. And then you feel this vacuum at the top of your head. You're looking straight forward. Nice. Now, when you finish that one, we're going to have our hands, our arms come up as we rise out. I want you to be a bird. Okay, so the upper arms and across your back are making those bird wings go. So you're opening up. Again, the upper arms go first, and then the upper arms go first, and the rest follows, like real wings would. See if you can feel the stretch in those arms, but not a stretch out to the side. A stretch all from across your back out to your fingertips. But I want you to never, ever, ever become straight. So huge circle here as those wings beat out. But look at my wings. They never, ever, ever go too far. And again, your head is up. And again, we're sinking. This is rock spreads its wings. And then we'll come down. Nice. How'd that feel?
Right.
Okay. Good, good, wonderful. All right. So let's actually practice by doing what we learned last week. Was there anyone here this week who was not here last week? All right, Dorothy, I'm glad you're here. Knowing what you've done before, I think you're going to be fine, right? So I'm going to call out, we did two things. We did prepare, and I want us to really be preparing our bodies. So we're going to do prepare pretty slowly today. And first, we're going to start, I'm just going to face you, and we're going to start with our feet apart. And let's just run through sort of that list, because you're going to want to adopt something you think about when you're doing that prepare, because where do we want to end up? We want to end up shoulder width apart, right? And we want to end up with this feeling of vacuum above our head, with our head maybe head up. Works for you? Body suspended. What works for you to get that nice, oh, this looks fabulous, that nice, long, relaxed, but kind of stretchy spine and the top of your head? Lovely. Oh, looking good. All right, so that's one of the things. And then remember those arms are just at your side and they're really relaxed. And you're sort of feeling long all the way to the fingertips. And guess what? Really long necks. No, you're never too long. You remember that 70% rule we had last time? It's every time, right? Take care of your personal safety. And so you're going to feel that as you do this. And oh my goodness, have you locked in all that stretching up? Have you locked your knees? Don't do that. In fact, remember, we're about to sit in that bar stool, right? You're reaching. Oh, nice. You're reaching with your butt just a little bit for that bar stool. So in the end, this is prepare. And our bottom starts to feel really heavy. And our top feels really light. If we were to do open again, rotating, coming up. Remember, we had that image of like a stick with somebody pushing down the back of the stick that went all the way from here behind us to help raise our arms. So our arms rotate and are coming up and they float up to shoulder height. And then upper arms first, and then forearms, and then palms. And you're pushing down until you can't push anymore. So move a little, stand and prepare. What's going to be on your list to make sure your body's in the right position? Head up, body suspended, sitting in that bar stool, long neck, heavy lower body, feeling very extended, centered, relaxed, and then opening. Now we're going to sync our center as we're pushing down from our upper arms all the way to our palms. So we're bending our knees a little bit. And then let's stand again and prepare. Opening. I'm going to come towards you now so I can also see you. Stand and prepare. What's on your list? Opening. Nice. Now, how do we really get into that? Do you remember? We're actually starting now. Now you can maybe look over. Let's do it this way, because I think you've got the hands down. From here, we start in what at the beginning may not feel as comfortable. So don't put your feet too close together if that doesn't feel comfortable for you, but they should be pretty close together if you can make that comfortable. We're going to shift our Tai Chi pole. Remember, the center of our gravity just a little bit to the right. And as we do, we're going to peel up the heel, then the ball, all the way to the toe. Step out, toe, ball, heel, prepare. So now you really want to feel at that moment of prepare, that list we just worked on. Have you locked your knees? Hopefully not. Are you kind of reaching for that bar stool? Is your head going up? Now opening, those arms are rotating. They're just floating up to shoulder height. And then you're pushing down as you sink your center. And then we're just going to come up again, like the exercise we just did. And push down. And then back with our arms at our side. Move that Tai Chi pole, and look what I'm doing here. Taking up my heel, then my ball and my toe, and coming back to center. One more time. Shifting right, heel, ball, toe, release, and touching down with the toe, ball, heel. Really feel the entire foot of each foot really glomming on like magnets onto the ground. But your head is very much pushing up gently like a vacuum. And opening. And coming down. As we push down. And remember, when we push down, we're pushing down until we feel like if we're pushing something through water, something's like a floaty or something between our hands, right? And we're pushing it down under the water. And as we push it down under the water, there comes a point where you know there'd be no good push there to control that floaty. Do you know what I mean? Like if you go like this, too straight, you're not going to feel that same control. Do other people feel that? Can you find that spot? Yeah, that's the spot you want. In Tai Chi in general, that's also true here. If you were pushing out here, there's a spot. There's a spot where like you're giving a shove to something, but there's a spot where there's no power left in that shove. Okay, so you never want to go further than that, right? In the practice of our, now, if you are actually giving somebody a really, really powerful shove, at the end of that shove, your arms would probably get straight. But the last little part of it would not be your arms at all pushing. It would be coming up from elsewhere. All right. So questions about prepare and opening. All right. Well, I want to get into footwork here. So we've done a good deal. How are people feeling about their balance in that? Because that's not necessarily easy, what we've been doing. How's everybody feeling? Give me thumbs up. Give me, I'm not so sure. Give me whatever. Okay. People are feeling pretty good. All right. Well, let's challenge ourselves a little bit, see what we can do next. All right. Now you can mirror me on this, and do remind me. Remember, one of the things I said, you can interrupt, you can wave your arms, you can say, hey, Dee Dee, put that back on, but you can mirror me now. What I want to do is I want to go through just some footwork practice with you all. So we're going to do the same thing we just did. We're going to come to one side, but now you're going to be doing this with your other foot if you're mirroring me. Coming out and over, bringing that Tai Chi pole and centering it. In fact, I'm going to suggest you do something with your hands that feels like you're, I don't know, like you could hold on to something here. Maybe it's a bar, a movable bar, or maybe your hands have kind of stilts or something, but it's solid. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to get the fact that your arms are bent a little and they're right here is helping you to balance. And then let's just, again, heel, ball, toe, like this. And then can we go forward with that toe and then come back and come over? Heel, ball, toe, forward with this toe and back and come over. Now we're going to step out with a heel. So we're going to come out and we're going to just sort of put our heel out. Doesn't have to go far. And a toe and a heel and a toe, whatever. Just a little balance practice. Coming to the other side. If you want to bring your foot in to do it, that's fine too. It's probably a lot more comfortable that way. Heel, ball, toe. I mean, heel and then toe. Nice. All right. How about we go to the side? So come on one side, keep your Tai Chi pole very straight, but you're moving this foot now. Can you put a toe out and back and out and back where it was? Nice. Out, in, lovely, nicely done. All right, here we go to the challenge now. All right. How do you feel about this one? We're going to come in till we're comfortable. You can put your toe down. Then we're going to put it back and bring it up. And if this is, you're probably getting a little tired now. See how that feels for you. You can always have it just about touching the floor. Nice. Good job, everybody. All right. Now, did we do knee bumps last week? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. All right. Well, let's do some knee bumps. We're going to get like this. So, we didn't jiggle yet. Oh, now do this only if it feels good to you. All right. The real tendency. Oh, yes. I see everybody's getting into the jiggles. So do whatever feels good. All right. Because that goes with the sort of, and remember, we put our gorilla on. So when we're jiggling, we're also really letting that bar stool, it's like we're the bar stool gets to go down a little, and we're really loosening this whole part back here. Nice. Yeah, looks good. All right. So having loosened that whole area and the rest of you, how about we remember that knee bump? Remember, this is called our quad, this area in here. Some people, and like in English, we'd also call it our sort of crotch area, right? But right here, that's where your hip is, kind of like the hip crease, right here. And what I want you to do is actually move. You're going to keep this one where it is, put most of your weight over here. See, I'm turning out. This is called opening your quad on this side, okay? Opening, closing, opening, closing. I call them knee bumps. And if you know, because sometimes I find it easier to do things if I'm dancing or something like that. But do you notice how quiet this side is? This side over here, pretty quiet. And now I'm going to shift over here and over here. So this one's going to be straight and quiet. Most of my weight's over there. And then this is going to bend out, right? And I'm going to actually bend my knee here because it just helps to loosen that other area. And do you see how it's actually opening and out? You can't really see that hip crease open very much, but you can understand what's happening, right? Everybody understand that you're actually moving that thigh because you can see where my hands are. All right, so, and again, you could dance it. I want you to become aware of when we're opening and closing that, because here we're going to do something a little different now. Okay, so I'm going to come, let's see. I'll come this way, but you folks don't have to turn, okay? So, well, let's do it this way. I'll do it this way first. So I'm going to move my Tai Chi pole over here. I'm going to lift this foot up and I'm going to go back and I'm going to put my toe a little bit. But then I'm going to go toe, ball, heel. But look where my foot is. It's out towards the corner. Did I turn my foot out? No. I turned my thigh out. So now let's push with the back foot until I'm completely Tai Chi pole over here and come back, shoulder width apart. I'm going to come over to this side now because we should always learn to do things on both sides. Got a good Tai Chi pole so I can lift this foot up. Nice. I'm going to let this come back. See that toes there and see that heel's there and see that it's going out towards this corner. Then I'm going to shift my weight back. When I do, I'm not going to lean back. I'm not going to go, oh, like this. I'll show you from the side in a minute. I'm going to actually tuck just a little bit right here so that I'm leaning just a little bit, keep my balance, and I'm coming up on my heel when I shift my weight. I'm going to show you from the side. You can do it from the side. So if we put ourselves shoulder to shoulder, and I shift to the left, so I'm sort of standing on the left, and my knee is really soft here. It could be bent. And I bring so I just have a toe here, and then I'm able to lift it up. I can put it back, and where I want to put it is back in such a way that I've turned my thigh and it ends up pointing to the corner. And then I'm going to come back. And when I come back, notice I'm not doing this. I'm going to come back and I'm a little fold right here. And then get all my weight back here. I pick up this foot and I put it down. How about we do this on the other side? Let's do it this way. I think you'll be able to see it. All right. So we're going to shift over to this side. Pick up our heel, ball, toe. Really balance. You may find it easier to balance if you bend your knee a little bit and engage your thigh muscles. Don't have to put the foot back far, and notice that I'm turning it out. And notice that my heels, I'm looking in the mirror, so it's not as good. My heels are kind of very close to each other, but they're not overlapping. And now I've rocked back, my right knee is bent. When I can balance there, I pick up my left foot and I come down on the ball of the foot. Let's try that one again from here. Oh, we should do it on the other side. All right. So this time we're going to go on to this side. Lift up our left foot. Bring it back. Turn out that thigh. Toe, ball, heel. And when you shift your weight back, can you rock back on your right heel? Make sure you bend enough right here, right at that crease. Like you have a little fold in that crease that you can then pick up this foot. You can be balanced. Put it down, put that right foot down with your ball. So let's do that one on the right. Going this way. So from here, I'm going to actually straddle. Let's see, let me do it this way. I'm going to do it this way. So my left foot is right next to this line. And I'm going to shift it. And again, this may be easier done this way. Shift to the left, heel, ball, toe, back, pointing towards the corner, toe, ball, heel. Just put it down. As you put it down, your weight's going to move kind of to the center. Then you're going to rock back. And as you do, there's a little fold right here. And now almost all your weight is on this right leg. Pick up your left foot when it's all the way there. And just, you're going to pick it up. You're not going to rock on it. You're going to pick it up, put it down on the ball. And then what I want you to do is pretend you planted something right there. Like you prepared the soil, you put a seed in, you put the seed in, and now you're going to push down on it. And again, you push down on it. And again, when you push down on it, you're probably folding a little bit more here. This is called an empty step. What does an empty step look like? It always has one foot straight, what ends up being the forward foot, one foot out to the corner, and the heels of your feet are pretty close to being one line, two sides. In other words, here's a line, and I'm here. Then, when you finish this step, you can pick this foot up and put it in two different ways. You can put it on the heel pad, or you can put it on the toe, the ball of your foot. So the one we're going to do today in our new movement is an empty step with the ball of our foot. Let me tell you a few more things about this step. We're going to do it on the side that I'm demonstrating it on. So we're going to shift our weight to the left, come up, heel, ball, toe, like we have before. We're going to put it back, and we're just going to put it back where it's comfortable. But over time, figure out how to do that to turn as we go down, to turn that out, turn that thigh out, to open the quad there, so that we have, it's to your right foot is there, is out to the corner. Then we're gonna come back, and right here, there's this little, it's like we're pushing back. We're still dropped. Our tailbone's still dropped, but we're allowing our upper body to just have a little bend in it as we come back. So as you come back, rock back on that heel, and then pick up the foot. And you can't quite see this at all. I'll pick up the foot and go on the ball of the foot. And you want up to 30%. At the moment you plant that seed, you'd like about 30% of your weight. Now, when you start doing this, you're not going to get 30% of your weight there, because your step is probably going to be shorter. And in fact, as we age, your step might get shorter unless you've gotten really, really strong. So it's pretty hard to get 30% of your weight when, unless you step back far enough and are forward far enough. This is a lot easier to get a little more of your weight. Because for however you tip, you're going to get more weight there. And my heel is not on the floor. I know it's very hard to see. But you do not have to take big steps, and you do not have to have the full 30%. It's very hard, especially at the beginning. All right. So just give yourself permission on that. So this is an introduction to empty step. Folks feeling pretty comfortable with that? We okay? All right, wonderful. Well, let me show you our new movement, which is a gorgeous movement. You should know that because it has this lovely name called White Crane Spreads Its Wings. Isn't that a lovely name? So I'm going to do it towards you. This is my right hand, but later I will definitely not do it towards you, okay? So we've come down at the end, and this is White Crane Spreads Its Wings. Let me show you from a few other angles. We're at the end of opening. We're shifting left. Right arm circles up, left arm to the left. They close, right arm up, left arm down. You'll see the footwork better this way. Recognize that empty step. As I do white crane, I'm shifting my weight, stepping back, rocking back, changing my footwork to ball. Pretty nifty move. Now, if you have had the traditional form and you've never had the senior form, this is the single most confusing move. I see some folks saying yes. Yes, you're like, wait a minute, white crane is not done like that, right? Well, the end of it is, but it's really confusing. So my advice to you is forget that it's white crane spreads its wings. All right, just erase that from your memory until later, because it's quite confusing to the people who've had it before. And those of you who are taking Tai Chi for the very first time, it's going to be easier for you. That's the way it is. All right. So we have done the footwork, but I'm going to remind us, what is the footwork here? It is a backwards empty step, which is quite advanced at the beginning of the form, but you're just going to have to live with it. And everybody seems to be doing a good job. So how does that work? I'm going to show it to you from here. We're shifting to the left, getting our weight off the right foot, heel first. We're stepping back comfortably, still with our weight. When we say step in Tai Chi, for those of you who are new, we do not mean move your weight until we say move your weight. We just mean move your leg. Then we're going to go toe ball heel. Most of my weight is still to the front, but my body weight as I go toe ball heel, remember, I'm out to the corner here with that back foot. And by the time I get it down, if I am relaxed, my weight is centered between my 2 feet, front, back. All right. Then I am going to actually bend the back knee a little more. Make that little bend here and rock back on the heel of that left foot. I'm going to do that enough that I can actually pick up this left foot. Then I'm going to pick it up, put it down where the ball is, and plant that seed. So you're going to be pushing with your back foot, also tipped a little bit in that crease, a little bit this way towards, towards the direction we're all facing now. And then just plant it. Just plant it. We all know how to do that, right? Just plant it, right? That's what you're going to do. Put that 30% on. Plant that seed. Okay? So that's the footwork. Let's figure out these arms. All right? So here's my right arm. Here's my left. We're at the end of opening, right? You can't push down anymore because it wouldn't have any power. The first thing we're going to do, I'm going to just turn a little so you see it, is there's going to be a little of this happening. Okay? You got that? Your elbows going out. Yeah, your elbows are going out a little. They're just like finding their comfy spot, like you were hugging a tree. Yeah, yeah. They're going to, so right now they're a little back. You're going to find your comfy spot like they're hugging a tree, right? So you're here. And one of the first things your arm's going to do is you're going to kind of make, it's kind of like a triangle a little bit, right? But it's not your wrist that's moving. You see that? It's like your upper arms, right? Your upper arms are doing their thing, right? All right. So you're here and we make this little upper arms move. And then our right arm is going to circle up. And notice that it's just like coming up. Okay? And I'll show it to you from the front in a minute. And Our left arm, so we started this way. Our left, the arms are kind of going to start coming to center. And the right arm is probably going to be a little above the left, because the left is just going to go a little bit to the right, a tiny little bit. We're going right so we can go left. And the right hand is starting its circle up. Okay, it's going to start its circle up. And then as it really starts to circle, it's going to circle. And then the left, it's going to get about here, and the left is going to start going across the bottom until you kind of get like this, right? And then it's like arms of a clock, kind of like you're going to come around and close. And when you close, we talked about this last week. We're going to talk about a lot more about this next week. Let's just do a little closing and opening. So if we open, and you can mirror me, it's fine. Close right here. Now, one of the things that's easy to learn this, at least it was for me. First, start a simple way. I don't know, like from an old-fashioned Star Trek episode where some cosmic, floating, beautiful, feels lovely thing is floating right in front of you. It's like an oval. Yeah, nice. Okay, I think of it as being really slippery, like I want my hands on it. However, in Tai Chi, we always want these lovely curves. So the upper arm is always gonna, I need to put this up a little higher because it's, for some reason, it's way too, oh, maybe I've got it the wrong way. Ha! That's why. Sorry, you're not going to be able to see my arm. There we go. This is much better. So we want arm shapes that go like this, right? But when this arm is either got to have a shape like this or a shape like this. You see? So when we come around and you get to the top, you're going to sort of cock your arm a little bit when it's on the top. But notice, so see, those shapes are kind of similar. And then we're going to come back the other way. And you see how this one is just straight, sort of bent, but see, the bends are just naturally going to change. Keep your elbows down and your shoulders down. Elbows down, shoulders down as you do this. And again, the one way thing you can do is just enjoy that floating, I don't know, maybe it's got like cool water on it, thing in front of you, and just rub your hands on it. But right at the end, when you get to your shoulder on the top, make sure that you've sort of cocked your wrist. Okay, nice, looking good. This is called closing. We are going to close in so many moves in Tai Chi. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is just the first one that we've done that. So I want you to really just sort of come around. Nice. And from the side, do you see? It's not too close to me. And it's not too far away. It's just right. All right. So that's the close. So what's happening here is what happens first? Those sort of the elbows go out a little bit. Then the right hand starts to circle and the left hand comes to center. And then the left, after you get to center, to get to center. The left hand and the right hand are moving, and you're just closing. You're just closing. You're just closing until you get to here. Okay, so your left hand is on the top and your right hand is on the bottom. Let's do that much. All right, from push down, we're gonna make that sort of triangle. And then the right's gonna start to circle up, but it's coming across, and the left comes to center. And then it continues, and the left is moving really slow, but it gets over to the other side, to the left. The left goes to the left. And then right arm circles down, left up to close. All right, sounding good. Looking good. One more time. And elbows. Right arm circles up, and left starts to move left, and we circle around, close. Now what's going to happen? Watch this. Right goes up, the bottom goes up, the top goes down. So, and when the right hand goes up, it's gonna rotate, palm out, and the left hand's gonna push down. Nice, nice, yes, that's what we want. So in the end, your right hand is gonna be out in front of you. Guess what it's doing? It's protecting from being hit in the head. So here it is. Those of you who are new, this is gonna feel really weird, okay? Take this push, there's a push here, right? Here's the push, here's the push, here's the push, the same push. Now, let your elbows go out, and here it is. Keep your shoulders down. Lovely keeping your shoulders down. Yeah, and it's like this. So what you're doing, everybody do this. Go, oh no, and protect your head, right? Oh no, you know, like protect your head. Like something's falling from the corner up here. Put your arm up and protect yourself. That's what we're doing. Now, not everybody's going to have shoulders that work. So I want to mention that right now. It is just fine to only come this far, right? You don't want it in front of your face, right? If you, over time, you may or may not be able to keep this shoulder down. And also, I have a really hard time. I've had surgery on this shoulder. It's a really hard time to keep my shoulders down. But this is where we want it eventually, if we can. And if we can't, just put it out where it's protecting you. Put it out where it's protecting you. The idea, if like someone was coming at you from this corner, you want to protect yourself from them, or you want to block them. So that's what's going on here. All right, so right now, if you just get it up, that's going to work. All right, so here's the hands again. The elbows go out. The right's going to go a little in front of the left, and then circling and closing. And then the bottom comes up, and when it comes up, the palm's going to go out, and the upper hand is going to go between your body and your other arm. Your other arm ends at the bottom. I'm going to turn around now this way, and again, if you want, you can watch these arms, or you can do it with me with shoulder to shoulder, facing the same direction, just looking over your left shoulder. So we're gonna, step 1, there goes the arms. Step 2, step 3, as we really go to the right, the left arm goes to the left, and then around to close, and then the right arm goes up and the left down. This is one of the harder parts. Nice, nice. All right. We have a very little amount of time, but I'm going to show you how it's coordinated together. And don't worry, we are going to go through this whole thing next week again. All right. So from here, in slow-mo, here we are. Shifting to the left a little bit, our elbows come out. Then all our weight comes on that left foot, and our right hand, see how the right hand is pretty much everything centered. That makes it easy. If my arms are centered, I can lift up this foot. Then I have the sensation that my left hand pushes down just a little bit and then starts going the other direction. See that? So about here, my right foot goes down. Then I'm just shifting back and rocking back. So by the time I get here, I'm on my heel, and all of my weight, pretty much almost all my weight, except like the weight of this foot, this leg, is, you know, the natural weight of this leg. And I've closed. Then as I'm finishing taking that weight off, just at the very end, my arms are coming closer together. What's happening? My left arm is coming down, pushing down. And my right arm on the outside is rotating and coming up. And right as I'm getting to this point, I lift that left foot and I put it down really quickly to get my ball in place, and then I finish spreading my wings. A little faster. Shifting left. Stepping back. Left goes left, right goes right, and we are around and closing, and I change. I'm coming together, and right as they're coming together, I've now picked up that left foot and I've put it down. Now I'm putting the 30%. 30%. This is a tricky move. It has no business being in a form you're taking for the first time. And frankly, the people who've had it many times say that it's a 2-week move. So if you're feeling like a little lost on all this, no worries. Let's do everything we've learned, and I'd hope to do a little more practice, but we'll do everything we've learned a couple of times, and then we will end class. All right. So I'm going to do it from this side. If you want to do it next to me. So we're going to shift to the right and step into prepare at shoulder width apart. Feel very centered and opening. White crane spreads its wings. And one more time. Oh, from here. Feet together. Shift right, free up that left foot. Step out and into prepare. Feel long and tall. Opening. And white crane spreads its wings. All right, so when we end, right arm is up, left arm is down. It's crazy. Here we go. All right. Let's close class. Those of you who want to stay and do the senior form because you already know it, we can certainly do that too.